Okay, it's almost 3 minutes past 11, so I think we can start. Can you hear me well? Yeah? Okay, fine. So, good morning, everyone. Let me welcome you on behalf of the team of Global Challenges Local Solutions, the program which is coordinated by the Academy for the Development of Philanthropy in Poland and financed by Charles Stewart Mott Foundation. I'm sure some of you know something about the program, but just shortly in few words, Global Challenges Local Solution is a long-term funding program that provides small grants to community foundations across Europe. Its general idea is to support grassroots initiatives which implement local solutions to responding to global problems, global challenges. That's why the project supported has to be based on at least one out of 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Along the grant competition rounds, the GCS Global Challenges Local Solutions team has developed a knowledge hub. And webinars with the experts, meeting with the experts, such as this one, are part of are part of knowledge sharing activity. So I think that more people has joined. The topic of our today's meeting is circular economy, which contributes to the SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production, as well as for several others. The precise title of this meeting is Small Steps Towards a Circular Economy. And please let me introduce you our today's expert, Mr. Andrzej Piotrowski. Mr. Piotrowski has a great experience in the field of environmental protection projects, such as wastewater treatment plants and waste management. He's been working for several international companies and now is working as the waste management expert in Veolia Energia Polska, a huge energy company in Poland. So, Mr. Piotrowski, the floor is yours. Just a short organizational info that after the presentation we'll have a short Q&A session. So you can write your questions on the chat. And after the presentation, our expert will answer some of them depending on the time left. So enjoy the webinar and Mr. Piotrowski, floor is yours.
Okay, my name is Andrzej Piotrowski from Veolia, Poland. I'm working in a waste business line, and a few months ago I've got the pleasure to make a similar presentation for Łódź Repair Cafes grant program. And I was asked by the Academy to share it also on international level. So thank you very much for this opportunity. I will tell you today a few words about circular economy and small steps which will go towards this circular economy. And I will have around 40 minutes for my presentation, and at the end we will have 15 minutes for a discussion and questions, where you can ask questions to me or share your experience in this topic. So at first I will tell a few words about circular and linear economy, about waste management hierarchy, about recycling targets we've got in Europe, about I will show you some statistics on municipal waste in Europe. I will define problems in waste management, why it's so difficult to reach the targets, and I will present you some examples of solutions which will which are part of the circular economy. As I said, at the end we will have time for discussion and questions. Okay, so what is circular economy in the most simple words? It's a circular, it's an economic system which is eliminating waste and is making that we are using resources continuously. We can see drawings which are showing the linear economy, which we are still in this linear economy, and the circular economy, the economy of the future, which we are going towards. Today, or in the past, we were taking resources, we were taking them from the environment, we were making goods from them, we are using it, and we were just throwing it away, forgetting about this. In the future, or now, we will be asked, we will be forced also by the law to use resources as much as possible. We can see we are producing hundreds of millions of tons all around the year. The resources might be finished soon. We can see that the oceans are full of waste, that the rivers are full of waste. Maybe in the Europe and in the European Union, the waste management is well organized, but in the rest of the world, sometimes we can see that there are problems with this. Here, it's a very simple and maybe very funny drawing showing linear and circular economy. But I put this drawing because it's showing where we are. The linear economy is going to the past. We were producing a lot of waste. Now we are in the process of recycling economy. We are trying to recycle as much as possible, but in the future we would try to eliminate waste almost to zero. It's a very hard process, very difficult, and I must admit that many people are missing circular economy with recycling economy. Circular economy is a global solution for the economy, and recycling economy is just end of the pipe solution. So, as we are calling it in waste management. Here we can see the waste management hierarchy. It's official hierarchy, what to do with the waste. Of course, if the best and on the top of the floor is prevention of producing waste. It's the most simple, but it's the most difficult because we get used to consume a lot of goods. We get used to buy new clothes every year, new shoes, new mobiles, new cars, almost everything. So it's very difficult. It's on the top level of the hierarchy, but it's I will show you on the statistics that it doesn't work, unfortunately. The second level of this ladder is reuse. What is broken, we can fix. If it's fixable, I will tell also about this later. We can organize in the groups like repair cafes. We can repair such goods, and thanks to this, they will not go to the trash bin and could live more years. On the third level, in the middle of this ladder, of this pyramid, is recycling. And as I said, many people are missing recycling with circular economy. It's something else. So if we produce a waste, we are not able to reuse it or to repair. we will try to recycle to give the second life for the waste. One of the solutions is simple recycling. We are producing a special granulate, and thanks to this, we can produce, for example, a new bottle for beverage. The second way is composting. It's called natural recycling. We are producing a lot of organic waste, and we can very easily make from it a compost. Personally, I am producing a compost at my house, and thanks to this, I am avoiding giving this kind of organic waste to the waste management company. And thanks to this, I have a good product for my garden, and the citizens are saving money because I am not producing this waste. At the almost at the end of this ladder, we've got a recovery, and mainly here we've got energy recovery in the process called R1. It's so-called waste to energy incinerator. If we've got non-recyclable waste, we don't want to landfill it. We could receive electric or heat energy from it. At the end of the hierarchy, at the bottom, we've got disposal, and of course we can landfill or we can burn it without energy recovery. In the European Union and almost in the other countries, we've got targets for recycling. For the last year, we should achieve 50% of recycling for the whole municipal waste. In 2025, we should have 55, and every 5 years we should have 5% more. And the target in 2035 should be 65%. I will show you that in 2019, the average recycling level in Europe was 42% only. So we didn't reach the target, and we will have to work harder to achieve the next target in 2025. Another target, which is also important, is a reduction of landfilling. In 2035, we should reduce the landfilling to only 10%. There are countries already in Europe like Sweden, Denmark, Germany, who are landfilling less than 1% of the waste. So it's possible, and we are going towards this target. The general recycling targets were on the previous slide, but we've got also particular targets to waste packaging. To all waste packaging, we've got target in 2030 to recycle 70% of the waste. And what is important, recycling levels, it's not a selective collection of waste, but it's direct recycling of the waste for a particular goods from which we can produce another goods. So for all packaging, we've got 70% target. For plastic packaging, we've got 55%. For glass packaging in 2030, we've got 75%. With glass, it's quite easy because you can treat and recover glass continuously, endless, I would say. For a metal packaging, we've got the target 70%. Also, with this kind of packaging, there is no problem to achieve a target because it's very easy at the waste installation to take this waste from the line by magnetic. Sorry, my child is crying. And at the 2030, we will have 70% of this level. As I said, it will be easy to achieve it. The same with aluminum packaging. Aluminum is quite expensive metal, and it's very easy to collect or separate from the mainstream. Paper packaging 2030, almost 80% should be recycled. And this target, in my opinion, is also in the range. Now we are, because of the COVID virus, we are staying at home. We are ordering a lot of goods packed in such paper packaging, cartoons, and we are really producing a lot of this waste now. But it's very clean, very easy to separate and to give to the waste company. For the wood packaging, which is not so popular, we have to achieve only 30% of recycling. As I said, we are producing in Europe more than 200 million tons of municipal waste, and which is around 10% of all waste we are generating, we are producing in Europe. We are just focusing now on the municipal waste, which is only 10% of the total waste stream, but it's the most problematic. We can see that 25 years ago in Europe we were mainly landfilling. More than 50% was landfilled in 1995. Recycling was less than 10%, and we can see that recycling every year is growing and is eating, I would tell, landfilling. We can also see that from to non-recyclable waste, we've got a spreading level of waste to energy solutions, which are also consuming landfilling. We can see that now more or less we've got the municipal waste is divided for four ways. So recycling, landfilling, energy recovery, and composting. There is also a small percentage of other solutions, but it's not so important. As I said, as you can see, we are producing now more than 500 kilograms of waste in Europe, and we were starting from 270 kilograms. You can remember from the previous slide that in the waste hierarchy we've got the prevention of generating waste. So we've got this on the first level, but as you can see, it's not so easy to prevent waste. We are producing it more and more. Here you can see how it's look like according to the particular countries. The average in Europe is 500 kilograms per person. We can see that the master of waste production are people living in Denmark. They are producing more than 800 kilograms per person. On the other side, we can see Romania and Poland. we are producing around 300 kilograms. In Poland now we've got a huge discussion if this number of waste is realistic. We can see that in the big cities it's 500 kilograms, and in the rural areas it's less than 200 kilograms. In my opinion, it should be the same level as the Czech or Slovakia. We can see that in Czechia we've got now exactly 500 kilograms for one person. We can also see that high developed countries are generating more and more waste. We can see that the more we are earning, the biggest progress we've got in economy, we are producing more and more waste. And in the future, when countries like Romania, Poland, Estonia, Hungary, Bulgaria will go with the development of its economy, for sure we will produce more waste. Here we can see how it looks according to the rate of plastic packaging in 2018. We can see that the level for plastic was 50%, and but we achieved more than 40 percent. And plastic is very problematic because we've got more than 40 types of different plastics, which is difficult to treat, to recycle. We are producing in Europe around more than 27 million tons of plastic, and the majority, of course, is recycle. The second way is incineration with energy recovery, and at the last step is landfilling. For incineration and landfilling, we are directing non-recyclable waste, which is very difficult to treat, or it's very expensive. Here we can see how many tons we can produce, how many tons we are producing in the European Union in 2019. It was 225 million tons. What is average for person, for the inhabitant of the European Union? 502 kilograms. And we've got this amount of waste, and of course we are recovering it, we are treating it. We treated 167 million of tons, so almost 3/4 of the total waste. We recycled almost 70 million tons of waste. We received a compost from almost 40 million tons of waste, and 60 million tons were incinerated in the waste to energy plants. We sent for disposal 25% of the waste. You can see that this amount of waste is very, very huge, and it's even very difficult to imagine the volume of this waste collected together. Okay, waste management problems. As I said, circular economy is not a recycling economy or waste management. Now many waste management systems are blamed that they are not going toward circular economy. But it's not the fault of the waste management system, but it's rather fault of general problems with design of packages of multi-material products, which are very difficult to recycle. The waste management problems are as I listed. So low level of selective collection of waste. We are still learning how to select waste. In Poland, for example, we've got a common national system for selective collection of waste. And all around the Poland, we've got the system of 5 bins, the same colors, so the same products. So if you are going from your hometown for holidays to the mountains or to the sea, you have no excuse that you don't know the system. You have to collect the same as you are doing at home. But still, 80 or even 90% of Polish people are declaring selective collection, but we cannot see this in the waste bins, which are collected by the waste companies. Also, there is a low quality of collected waste. A lot of waste is polluted, is dirty by another waste, which should, for example, liquid waste or ashes from home firing system. And if we are throwing polluted, dirty waste, they are also making dirty another waste, which might be clean, but at the end it will be also dirty. So we are suffering because of low quality of collected waste. We also see that the level of residual waste is that the level of residual waste is high. We've got also lack of dedicated waste treatment plants. We can see that the system in Europe almost collapsed when Chinese give a ban for recycling. The story was that all goods which were coming from China by big ships in ship containers, for the back way, almost for cost zero, we put European waste and we were sending to China for recycling. I don't know what was happening there in China with this waste. It's very difficult to imagine that they were making very green recycling with this. But we were sending, and we were happy that we were sending a problem to someone else. But because of the huge amount of waste in China, made by own inhabitants, China suddenly said that they will not receive any kilogram of waste to their territory. And suddenly, European Union, European countries discovered that we don't have a solution for recycling. We don't have enough recycling plants which will produce granulate, for example, which we can use again for producing packaging for food. We don't have enough compost plants which are producing certificated compost product. We've got a lot of multi-material packaging which are very difficult for recycling or very expensive. We've got plant obsolescence, so-called aging of the products, which are making that the products are becoming a waste because they are useless, because they broke after some time. We've got also very high level of food waste. In European Union is almost 90 millions of tons of food is sent is finishing as a waste. Here I can show you a photo so-called in Poland yellow bag. We are collecting in Poland to the yellow bag all plastics and metal packaging. And even if people are making very good selective collection and they are putting all plastics to the yellow bag, we can see that on the right hill, right part, we can see the materials, the waste, which could be recycled. And on the left side, we can see a waste, plastics, which is non-recyclable. We can see that it's like 50-50% could be recycled, and 50% could go to incinerator. So we can see that there is a huge problem with this, even if we are very good in collecting and separating waste. Here you can see that we can have 7 types of plastics. I said that we've got more than 40. And it's true, because the rest of 34 other plastics are hidden under the number 7 of plastics. I prepared a link to the list of non-recyclable packaging. You can click later after the presentation, and you can see what to avoid, what products, what packaging to avoid to be good according to the recycling and circular economy. For sure, we have to prevent from PVC and polystyrene, because they are it's almost impossible to recycle it. Also, one of the biggest problem is plant obsolescence. It started more than 120 years ago. I don't know if you heard about this famous bulb. It was produced 120 years ago. It was switched on, and it's still working. It's amazing. It's still working, and it's a famous light bulb. It's installed in the fire department in California, and it's still working. I remember that such light bulbs, which I was buying a few years ago, their lifetime was maximum 1,000 hours. So it was nothing. And here we can see a bulb working. 100 years ago, companies who were producing bulbs find the idea to produce bulbs which will light for some limited time of hours. Thanks to this, they could produce and produce and produce more bulbs. If they will produce immortal bulbs very fast, they will lose the income and the market. So there was no sense. So we are telling that this bulb is a symbol of the problem we have now with goods which are very short term, which have very short term life. But I will show on another examples that it is changing, because we went to the very abnormal situation that after some time we have to throw a good device, tool, product, even if it's not destroyed, because the plant, the design lifetime of this product expired. And because of this, we are producing more and more waste, because we have to buy new goods to replace the goods which are not working anymore. Another very big problem with the waste is very high level of food waste. It's called the world's dumbest problem. We know that many people are hungry, are starving, and at the same time we are throwing a lot of food waste. Of course, we can make from it a compost, but it's not about this. We can also by small steps I will show you take care about also about this problem of high level of food waste. What I told before, we can prevent the production of waste, or we can repair the waste. And we are going to the final of my presentation. We can create a repair cafe. Hundreds, thousands of such cafes were created. Everything started from Amsterdam more than 10 years ago, where a journalist, Martin Potsma, created such a place, and it was a big success. A lot of people started to copy it. In Poland, we've got few of such repair cafes. Some of them were organized by a grant program financed by Veolia. But I can see we've got a lot of such initiatives in Poland, in other cities. A repair cafe is a place of, at first, a meeting of people. Now it's very difficult because of COVID, but I think when it will finish, repair cafes will be again full of people and full of goods we can save, we can repair, and will not go to the landfill. So I recommend this solution because at first we are saving our planet, we are not producing waste, but we are also having a direct contact with another people. And in my opinion, for repair cafes is even more important. In Veolia, we've got also a program to create such repair cafe at our office. We've got the budget for it. Unfortunately, because of COVID, it was not implemented. I hope we will make it after everything will be okay in Europe. Another very interesting program is a group on social media on Facebook. It's Polish profile. Look out, the trash car is coming. This in every city we've got such groups. People are making photos of furnitures of waste which are put next to the waste container, and if it's good, someone can go and take it even to repair cafe and to renew. And just to show you the scale, the group in Warsaw has around 100,000 members. So it's very active, and you can really find very value waste, which is not anymore waste if you will find it, and you can give the second life for this good, even for someone it was before a waste. Another example of solution which will prevent us from creating a waste is a gift box for food. Now it's very popular in Poland. Mainly it's a refrigerator when you can leave the food you are not going to eat. Such places are always full in Poland after Christmas or Easter holidays because Polish are producing enormous amounts of food, and later we are not able to eat it. So we can put it to such place, to the fridge, and other people who are needing, who needs food could take it. Some time ago, there was a loud situation that the member of parliament was using this fridge. And the member of parliament brings some goods to the fridge, but she saw that there are some vegetables, so she took it. And it's not only for less rich people, but it's for everyone. The idea is just to prevent the creation of the food waste and to use it as much as possible. Another gift box, but this time for clothes. It's so-called warm wardrobe. And there are plenty of such places in Poland when you can leave the clothes which are in a good condition, but you are not going to use it anymore, and someone else just could take, choose, and take. It's very popular, and it's almost in every almost now in every town in the city. You can see it's very simple and very cheap. So solution, it's just a hook for clothes. Another 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 way to go towards circular economy is to right to repair. As a consumers, we should ask the producers to have a right to repair. Here I can give you the example of a coffee machine which I bought. I've got already 3 or 4 at my garage which are not working because they just stopped working, and I earn a new one as I was doing before. And I was amazed, but on the packaging there was information that I can fix now this product in the time of 10 years for the future. So we can see that the companies are going towards circular economy. But if we want to achieve it faster, we need to press to those producers that we would like to have such products. And also for them, it will be profitable because they will sell spare parts for repairing. So it's changing, but it's very, very slow, and it will be very long process. Only by small steps we can go towards circular economy. Another example of reduction of waste of single-use cups for coffee. It's a program which is now very popular in Poland. Maybe if we will not have a pandemic, it will be also very visible on streets. It's a project of reusable cup for coffee or for a tea. You can use it in almost in all cafes in Poland. You are paying 5 zlotys, what is around €1 deposit. And if you are using this cup, you can bring it back to the coffee or to the restaurant. You can receive back your deposit, or you can have a new clean washed cup. So we can see we are going towards circular economy, but it's very difficult way, and without help of the global companies who are designing the products, who are designing the packaging, it will be very difficult to achieve the goals. But we have to try, and the examples I showed you are showing that it's possible, and the power of the system will be should come from the down, from the society. So thank you very much. I'm more or less on time, and now we might have some time for questions and for a discussion. I've got only 40 minutes. I hope I showed you the basis of circular economy, the basis of waste management in Europe, and the ideas you can implement in your countries, in your cities, in your societies. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, you are very welcome to ask questions to our experts. If it's easier, you can, I think it's 23 people, so you can ask or you can write in the chat. So please, we are inviting you to ask these questions. Just one comment on your referring to your waste management problems. It's a kind of vicious circle because on one hand, there is a huge effort put to just introduce those system of selecting waste and recycling waste. And on the other hand, there are still producers of such products as, I don't know, paper bags with plastic windows that we have in supermarkets. So it's still allowed to produce such products. And on the other hand, I mean, it's a kind of vicious circle.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and only by choosing goods on the supermarket shelf, we could force the companies to resign from some solutions which are blocking this this walk towards circular economy.
Okay, we have first question. Yeah, can you say it in the chat, or shall I read it out loud?
Okay, I will read at the chat. We are interested in starting repair cafes. If anyone here can experience of this, we would be interested in talking about the practicalities of setting them up. Of course, you need at first to organize a group of people who are interested to start it. You need to find the idea in what way your repair cafe would be specialized. We can see in Łódź in Poland that it's not a typical repair cafe, but it's going towards some special profile. For example, you can make a repair cafe only for repairing of bikes, or maybe repairing of furnitures, or electrical kitchen stuff, or television, TV sets, etc. So you need to find a group. There is a lot of materials on internet describing working repair cafes in many languages. So you can take the information also from there.
Thanks a lot, and thank you for the presentation. It was really interesting.
Welcome.
Can I say a few words?
Yes.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and mainly for your enthusiasm. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm in the waste management business for more than 20 years. And without trying to discourage you, I may say that most of the things that you have explained to us exist like problems or like in ideas for more than 20 years. So it seems the people or Europe didn't make too much changes or can or do little steps that can not achieve almost anything. So about your title, small steps, I'm a little bit afraid about these small steps, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the economy, the production, the industry doesn't like to make small steps. They do, and they will do after the so-called pandemic, really big steps. They are waiting, you know, the life to be open and to start producing more and more, and people to consume more and more. So our small steps, unfortunately, need really at least equal steps to be equally fighting against each other, which is really a very, very, very
Yes,
difficult
you're
job.
right. You
On
are
the
right.
other side, let me just say something about the so-called producer. I think that we are environmentalists. We are devoted to nature protection and to many other things. But I think that the issue is the industry and the production. We have to work with them, not with the people that consume and organize coffee or reuse of clothes and this and that. I mean, the producers, mainly in China, there is no single thing in my house. If I open the label, I can see that it's China. How can I talk to the producer? I'm sorry to sell that. Most of the production is outsourced, European and worldwide. Production is outsourced in China. So this fight is supposed to be our fight, supposed to be very, very strong. On the other side, I just would like to throw an issue. A few days ago, I talked to a friend of mine. She's also involved in the environmental sector. She's a little younger than me. And she said that she's tired and absolutely demotivated to work anymore in the waste management, not only waste management, but in environmental issue in general. And we started thinking why it comes. And we got to the conclusion that, and just look around, most of the people who are involved in the environmental issues are young people. They are very enthusiastic. They believe in good things. They try to spread or to develop good ideas and policies, but unfortunately, they don't have a power. And sooner or later, just they lose their hope, and they go into some other sectors where they really can achieve something, and they make more money and this and that. So these are questions, practically rhetorical questions, because I'm not sure that our participants can give a response to these questions, but I think we should think about that. And even one little things, you talk about food that are thrown on the way somewhere in the wherever. Just think about the European directive about the organic waste food that it's not allowed to feed pigs with that. It's allowed to throw, but it's not allowed to to feed pig. Why? The other thing, that food boxes, you leave some food that nobody knows what kind of food is that. People can eat that, but the pig cannot eat the food that comes from the restaurant. This is also sort of absurd on the European level. What else I wanted to say about all these absurds in a way? Cucumbers to be such a size and such a diameter. Sorry for that. You talk about composting. Right now, the big industries, food production, vegetable production industries, they don't use soil anymore. They just put in a chemical, whatever substances you grow, tomato, cucumber and everything. And they are so proud with that feed us with the chemical productions. So conflicts and confusions, so many that at least let's not talk about small steps. We should fight. It's a war. It's not a good conversation. I'm from Bulgaria, by the way, and I'm very, very, very motivated because, 20 and more years to work in the waste management sector and to see that nothing, there are a lot of changes, of course, but the life is so much complicated and developed and sophisticated and whatever that you know, the so-called waste management, sustainable waste management cannot get even that development. And about the important waste, you know, the poor countries, including Bulgaria, probably is one of them. I don't know. I don't consider myself as poor, including my friends. They are not poor, and I even don't know poor people in Bulgaria. But anyway, in the general statistic, we are a poor country. Okay, welcome. But we actually, Bulgaria has been converted into the waste, into the disposal place of Europe. Probably we replaced China. I don't know. There are lots of information about how Bulgarian companies, it's companies, not people, companies accept bowls, huge bowls with waste. Nobody knows what kind of waste is this, probably dangerous, probably hazardous, probably who knows what, to deposit here in Bulgaria, because Bulgarian landfills do not accept that huge bowls. They put them just in the field, somewhere in the field. And then nobody knows who brought it and who belonged it. Or the other option, to burn into the thermoelectric power stations. Next to my house, there is such a thermal power station. And during the night, you can imagine what a smoke goes out. And even the law and the respective institutions cannot control and cannot punish and cannot deal with all this, because European Union and Commission accepted such a directive to import waste. And it's for money, and it's for money.
Thank you very much for your optimistic.
Sorry, but you know, sometimes probably I sound politically incorrect. But you know, with the age, and I can see that I'm the oldest one here, I guess, I think that sometimes we should say the things directly. Because otherwise, why should we live in an illusion? Many people believe in this illusion. But we are professional, we are competent, and we have to find a way how to deal with. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I disturbed.
No, it's all right. What we've told.
Sorry.
Also, we've got in Poland this problem that Western countries are sending waste to our country, and they are receiving a certificate for recycling. But in fact, nothing is happening with the waste. Before they were receiving such certificate from China. Now, for example, you can see in the jungle in Malaysia waste, for example, from Denmark. It was a big scandal in Denmark that how it happened that waste from Denmark, where they've got a lot of waste to energy, no landfilling and recycling, appeared in Malaysia. They were just sent them to them for almost for no money. They received a certificate for recycling, and on paper in Europe everything was okay. But in fact, in Malaysia now they've got a problem with this.
Yeah, and not what to talk about recycling and reusing. The so-called white technique is produced to be alive for 5 years, and after that it's dead. What kind of reuse and what kind of recycling you can talk about? Again, producer economy, I mean, industries are the guilty ones.
Yeah, and waste management people are always blamed that they are not making circular economy. But as I said, it's just end of the pipe of the system. The circular economy is a global philosophy, a global economy, a global solution, and we should start from the top, from the down. We can make small steps, we can promote, we can ask for better packaging, etc. But as you said, it should start from the industry, from the producers.
Yeah, and like we have one comment that we should that our efforts should also focus on putting pressure on the production of degradable packaging as well. From Joseph. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you to our experts for your speech presentation, inspiring ideas, and thank you all for participating in this webinar. We hope we'll meet soon, and for your comments and questions as well. And well, we hope you feel inspired to act, and I'm sure you know how important it's to act locally and how great input this is for like the global challenges.
If you will have more questions, I will be pleased to answer. If I will receive through Academy the
Okay.
questions, I will try to answer. And of course, this presentation will be available for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for presentation.